Morning. My bird and I are here today. Tuesday, June. I got the month right today. 23rd. I hope you're all well. I'm not feeling great today. I had another really bad night. I went to bed early for me, 11:30, and I fell asleep pretty directly. But I woke up when Dennis came in with the dogs at 1:30, and I never really got back to sleep. I had set the alarm for 8 o'clock because the dogs have a vet appointment, and so you won't see them because Dennis has taken them to the vet by himself. He always likes it when I go, which is sweet, but I wasn't feeling up to it. I feel better now that this is my second cup of coffee. I'm not sick or anything. When I get really tired, I get kind of sick. He used to, before we were low carb, Dennis used to get kind of sick if he got hungry. You know, he got hangry, but he didn't get angry. He just got hungry and started to feel sick. Well, I get that way when I'm really tired. And I woke up feeling like that, which is not good because, well, I didn't really wake up, I guess, because I wasn't really quite asleep. Anyway, so the phone calls were mostly successful yesterday. The dogs are at the vet for their boo-boo legs. Maisie is going to get a treatment. It's some kind of laser treatment or something, like heat to help heal the tendons or the whatever, ligaments or parts of her knee that are a little bit torn. And Dr. Lori is going to figure out what's wrong with Pearl's leg. She's been limpy the last few days, and it's worse when she's been laying down and she gets up. So it's a stiffness, I don't even know. So we'll find out. But their protocol is that you go in the parking lot and call them, and a tech comes out and gets the dog and takes it back. So I don't know if Dr. Lori will call us later, or if she comes out, or the tech just relays the message. I don't know how it works, but it seemed like if the dogs stayed in the car till somebody came and got them, then it wasn't too much for just one person. So I told Dennis I'd rather not go. So anyway, but I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Today's a food day. Oh, I watched there's a very funny guy who does, sort of tests keto recipes, and he takes a category and he does 2 or 3 and makes them exactly to the recipe, and then he gives his opinion on how they are. And he did, his latest one is keto potato salad. Well, needless to say, potatoes are not keto. So the potato salad, neither of them had potatoes. One was made with cauliflower, and the other one was made with radishes. And I have seen other recipes where radishes have been cooked. I have never eaten a cooked radish. I've only ever eaten them raw, and they're, spicy and peppery and yummy. But apparently cooking them kind of gets rid of that peppery spiciness of the radish, and you're left with something with a smoother taste, but with something of the consistency of a potato. Well, I made it last night. I made the radish version last night, although we didn't have any fresh dill. I got to get fresh dill today. But yesterday was a fasting day, so I didn't even taste it. I don't know what but I'm excited. So we're having bratwurst and potato salad, radish salad today. I don't know why I thought about that. But anyway, it's an eating day today, which is good because I'm feeling low energy. So the decision has been made. My hairdresser called me yesterday because our county's going green on Friday. And so I guess they've come up with a protocol and are ready to open. And so she called me to make an appointment. And so I said, well, I have an appointment in July already, because I make my appointments way ahead because of the dyeing. And, you know, I was getting my hair done every 4 or 5 weeks. And so you got to make them far ahead to make sure you get in when you want to. So I have I already had a July appointment on my calendar, and I said, well, I'll just keep the July appointment towards the end of July. I said, but I want to change it to cut only. Well, so the protocol is she can only have one client in the place at a time. So typically with a cut and color, she would be while I'm sitting there for 40 minutes or something, she would be either putting color on another client or cutting someone's hair or something like that in between, but you can't do that now. So I said, well, this will work for you because there won't be any waiting time. And she's like, oh, other people are doing it, it's fine, it'll be fine. So anyway, so I have my appointment, but it's for a cut only. It gives me another month to grow out and see how much gray I have. I said, also, I'm kind of pushing it back off my face, so be thinking about a new hairdo. I keep telling her that. But anyway, so we shall see. I called about the power washing of the house, but she never called me back. I'll give her a couple more days. I'll give her one more call. They've never been great about, that kind of stuff. I don't know how she stays in business if she doesn't return people's phone calls. But I won't give up. And we called to get the car service. It's the car my dad gave us that we use for driving the dogs around typically. But it's lit up like a Christmas tree. Every light on the dashboard is lighting up when we, So we've stopped driving that car. So Dennis took the dogs in what he calls the plague car, which is the car we drive when we go to the store and go everywhere. So that's the one that's going to get corona in it. Anyway, they're both station wagons. We're always prepared to take our dogs somewhere. But we couldn't get an appointment for the car till July 17th, so they're busy there. It's good. We want we love our car people, and we want them to be in business, so that's good. They're busy, that's good. We can wait. We have alternative transportation for our dogs. So yesterday was a pretty successful day. Getting our chores done, which were the phone calls. And I am very close to finishing the back of my sweater. And I finished my class. I listened to the rest of the class. And so I guess I need to pick my next class and listen to some lessons from my next class. I guess it's going to be the brioche class. And I don't know, maybe I have to start a brioche project. When you do it while you're learning, you certainly, for me, it goes in the brain better. When I was working, anytime I was trying to learn something new or something, I would take notes. And I had so many people say, oh, you don't have to take notes. This is easy. I'm like, I have to take notes. I take notes and I can remember it. It was very common that I never looked at the notes again, but the act of writing it down helped me remember. And so, the act of doing the brioche while she's talking about brioche will help me remember the brioche. So that should be interesting. So I think that'll be my next class I take in my long knitting event that I'm having here by myself. Oh, and we talked to the kids last night, and I asked Sammy what her favorite animal was, and she said giraffe. So I said, oh, okay. And I asked Isabel what her favorite animal was, and she hesitated and hemmed and hawed, and then she said, I don't know if it counts. And I'm like, why? Why don't you think it counts? She says, because it's unicorn. I said, oh yes, unicorn counts for sure. I said, you know, unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. Okay, so my cross stitch that I've been saying is for Isabel because giraffe's her favorite animal. Nope, it's for Sammy because giraffe's Sammy's favorite animal. And I am quite sure I can find a cute unicorn cross stitch pattern to make for Isabel. There won't be any trouble with that. So that's good. So I'm making a giraffe for Sammy. And the lovely Joanne found my 2 colors that I couldn't find in her Joanne's. And she is sending them to me, which was so sweet. Thank you, Joanne. I mean, that was really sweet. So it'll all be in the official colors. And I will continue working on that. So I need to actually get a wiggle on that. I love that. Get a wiggle on. That's what the British say. Or get a wiggle on. I got to get a wiggle on my cross stitch because I would like to give the girls these cross stitches for their birthdays, which are in the middle of August. Well, Sammy's the 12th, so I'm doing her first, and Isabel's the 26th. And Jason was funny. He said, oh, we decided we're gonna, bring the girls in August and leave them for a couple of weeks. And I'm like, he's like, I'm kidding. I don't think we're not coming. I'm like, okay. I hope they're doing all right. I gave him a lecture about wearing his mask in the grocery store. He wears it at work. But he said he wasn't wearing it, He says, but I stay away from people, I'm fine with this lockdown stuff. We don't go anywhere, and I laughed and I pointed at Dennis. I said, but your sister's going crazy. He says, I know, I'm sure she is. Because, of course, he's the introvert and she is the extrovert. Just as Dennis is the introvert and I'm the extrovert. So I hopefully convinced him to wear a mask at the grocery store. And I just saw a report that over 50% of the people in Florida being found positive for COVID are 39 and under. He said, oh, well, I'm older than that, so I'm okay. He's like 42. So that was fun to talk to them. So now I know I'm making Sammy's giraffe, not Isabel's. I've been getting that wrong. And I'm sure she will love it because she doesn't have a giraffe picture unless she took Isabel's. So that'll work out perfectly. And I will be on the lookout for a fun pattern of a unicorn for Isabel. She's so funny. I don't know if it counts. I said, oh, and you might want to check out the narwhals. She says, oh, I know what a narwhal is. The whale with the unicorn horn. So anyway, so that's the news. It's a beautiful day here, and it's actually quite pleasant in the shade. It's going to be warm again today. The grass needs to be cut, but I do not have the energy to cut the grass today, so that's not happening. I'm going to be taking it easy, resting my body. I wish I could nap, but I don't. I am not a napper. I am not a napper. So, but my plan is to take the dogs with me when I go to bed. Instead of, they're just laying around in the living room anyway for the most part until they, right before Dennis takes them to bed, they get all riled up and run out and bark. But they could do that at 11:30 with me and then go up with me. And then Dennis will just have to get himself in and into bed without waking me up. It wasn't, I don't know what woke me up yesterday. My eyes opened just as he was closing the bedroom door, but I suggested this to him. He said, did me gathering the dogs last night wake you up? Because it went really well, and I thought I didn't think we were noisy, and I said, I don't know, because it was. So if him opening and closing the door is going to wake me up, then I don't think there's any hope for me. But it depends on what stage of sleep I'm in at that moment too, and there's nothing to be done about that, I guess. So we'll work it out. But luckily, I don't have to go to work today. It was the nights like that used to panic me when I was working, because I had a long drive. And I was never worried about the drive there. It was the, work all day and then drive home. That was the worry. So now I'm just home. I didn't even have to take the dogs to the vet. I hope that goes very smoothly for Dennis, because then he'll feel he already had to get up earlier than he wanted to. So hopefully that will all work out for him. I think he's going to go to the store to get dill. Well, to get a bunch of stuff and get dill for my radish salad needs dill. If he doesn't want to do that, then I might do that later. I can go to the store. I did go to the store, our little local store. They didn't have any fresh dill, but there's another store that he has stuff he wants to get from that will probably have dill. So I will let you know how the radish salad, made like potato salad, turns out. And Dennis's bratwurst, grilled on the grill with mustard. That sounds yummy to me. So that's the food plan for today. So the last few tournaments I've played on my poker, I've cashed and at least got my money back. So that's good, not too frustrating. And I'm moving right along on my sweater. So maybe today I'll try to take a lesson from Nancy Marchand, and see how my day goes. We have no dog sightings, but we do have our bird. All right, I will let you go. I hope you're all well and everyone is feeling well and safe. And I will see you tomorrow. So take care, stay safe, and stay sane.